The mainstream media is full of hate. Social media censors critical voices, and a nuanced approach to the news is harder to find than ever. Welcome to America Uncovered. I'm Chris Chappell. 3 years ago, we started America Uncovered in Matt's living room. We had a vision to make an entertaining news show that gives you a more balanced perspective on what's happening in America, to dig a little deeper, pull the curtain back a little wider, occasionally make you laugh at our dumb jokes. Also, to eventually stop recording in Matt's living room. Have we done all of those things? We certainly hope so, but at least we stopped recording in Matt's living room. Making a comedy news show that does what serious news shows should be doing is harder than we thought it was going to be, especially in 2020. It's been a difficult year for everyone, and not just because we keep winning 2020 disaster bingo over and over again. I'm still pulling for Smallfoot attack. 2020 has also been a year full of irresponsible coverage from mainstream media. I'm not saying this is a new problem. You can read an article from 1996 on why Americans hate the media, and it would still apply today. You can even read this book written in 1920 on media bias. And yeah, it was a problem back then too. The media on both sides often push misleading narratives that drive us to hate each other. They tell us everyone on the other side is literally Hitler, especially Trump, but also Obama. Instead of widening our perspectives, the media focus on narrow agendas, ignoring what doesn't fit their narrative. They treat Americans with contempt. They encourage us to be blindly partisan instead of thinking for ourselves. And they've proven that they can successfully censor stories that they don't like. I could do an entire episode about how the media is broken and how that's breaking everything else. Actually, that's basically every episode of America Uncovered. It's the gift that keeps on making everything worse. And on top of the problems with the media, there's been an unprecedented level of social media censorship in 2020. For example, after the New York Post published this expose on Hunter Biden's shady overseas business dealings a few weeks before the election, Twitter and Facebook both censored their social media posts about it. Twitter even temporarily suspended the account of the head of U.S. Customs and Border Protection because he posted about the success of the southern border wall. When it comes to America Uncovered, we've worked hard to bring you a nuanced perspective with information from all sides. Many of our episodes are longer than 20 minutes because everything is complicated. Our logo is an asterisk because there's always more to every story than what's in the mainstream media, on the right or the left. We once spent an entire episode comparing two different police reform bills in Congress and telling you what Democrats and Republicans agree on, what they disagree on, and even what they kind of agree on. Who else does something like that? Definitely not CNN. Despite our efforts, we're facing challenges just staying afloat. YouTube brutally demonetizes and even age restricts many of our best videos, like when we covered the Trump campaign's plans to sue states over voter fraud allegations, or when we showed different perspectives on what defund the police means. And of course, when we reported on Jeffrey Epstein. Because is it really a good idea for people to know what's in the court filings if those documents could implicate the rich and powerful in sex crimes? And that's why we need your support. All year, we've been cranking out 2 and sometimes 3 America Uncovered episodes a week. Nearly all the scripts are written by me, Matt, or Shelley. And we only have Seamus to video edit them, in addition to his editing for our other show, China Uncensored. Currently, about half our America Uncovered income is from YouTube ads, and half is from viewer support directly through Patreon. We occasionally get sponsors, but that's only 2%. It's really hard to get sponsors. In September, a sponsor pulled out at the last minute because they felt we were too political. That was going to be on the episode about how the rich have gotten richer during the coronavirus. It should come as no surprise that we don't have any big, rich backers for this channel. And we're not funded by any media organization either. We're just a small, independent production company run by me, Shelley, and Matt. That's why we rely heavily on direct viewer support through the crowdfunding website Patreon. People like you contributing $1 or more per episode. We ask for contributions because we don't want to rely on YouTube. If we did, then we couldn't risk covering topics that get demonetized. And you wouldn't have seen any of these. And we wouldn't have taken risks with a lot of other episodes either. But with your support, we have the stability to cover difficult topics without fearing the consequences. So to all of you who've supported us over the last 3 years, thank you. We couldn't do it without you. And to everyone else, we need you now more than ever. So please, go to patreon.com/AmericaUncovered. Choose which membership level you'd like to join, sign up, and select your location for tax purposes. Then you choose to contribute $1 per episode, $5, or another amount. You can support each of our episodes with this amount, or you can set a monthly limit. That means you'll be charged for only the number of episodes that you pick, whether that's 2 episodes or 10 episodes. Pay with Apple Pay, your credit card, or PayPal, and you'll be making a huge difference for the show. I know 2020 has been a tough year. It's almost over. But that doesn't mean it's going to get any easier to make America Uncovered. In fact, I have a feeling 2021 is going to be even harder. But with your support, we're going to keep going, no matter what they throw at us. So please, consider supporting us through Patreon. You can also make a one-time contribution through PayPal, Bitcoin, or check. The links are below. Once again, I'm Chris Chappell, and thank you for your support.